How to create a culture of trust in the workplace. You can't build anything without trust. It's literally crucial to everything we do. In this video, we're going to share 3 keys to building trust and specific ways for you to build trust at every level and what that looks like on the job site from a practical standpoint. So let's do this thing. Let's first talk about what trust is. What is trust? For you to trust me, and I hope you do, you would have to trust my intentions, my experience, and my track record. My intentions, meaning what am I trying to get out of this relationship, right? Am I trying to do good things or are they selfish things, right? My track record, meaning have I been successful before? You know, Jason's talking about building trust and building projects and doing all these things. Has he done it before? Does he have a good track record? And if the answer is yes, you'll trust me. And my experience, meaning do I have relative or relatable or relevant experience in the fields that you care about, right? So my intentions, my track record, and my experience. Those 3 key things are crucial to creating trust in any realm, in any team, at any time. And real quick, as a point of connection and trust, I do want to say that if you do trust my intentions, my track record, and my experience, I would invite you to subscribe to the channel so that you can get more content from a trustable source. So if you want to build trust on your project site, you will need to do it in 3 different areas: with the project leader, number 1, with the project itself from contractor to contractor, number 2, and within your own groups with the crews by trade partner. The workers trust their own foreman, and within their own smaller social groups, they have trust throughout. So within the crew, with the project, and with the project leader, there has to be trust at all of those levels. So let's dig in right now. So the project needs to be able to trust their leader, and I'm going to give you 7 key tips that will enable you as a project leader to build trust. Number 1, orientations. If the orientation is somewhat captivating and useful, and you as a project leader come in and communicate and show passion and ask for what you need and communicate a level of respect, that will begin to build trust with the people on your project site. Now, if you're saying to yourself, Jason, I don't have time to be in all those orientations, that's totally fine. I would highly recommend you at least record a 5-minute video, if not longer, communicating your expectations on that project site. Number 2, foreman huddles. These huddles are designed for you and the foreman to plan that project together collaboratively on a daily basis. If you really listen to your foreman, really help take care of their needs, and really build that team, that will create a certain amount of trust that the workers and the rest of the project team will see. They will follow your foreman's behavior and their trust for you. It will increase the trust for the project overall. Number 3, worker huddles. And there's probably not a better solution than this. If you get your workers every day, everyone, huddled for 5 to 10 minutes in the morning between where they come from the parking lot to work and when they actually go to work for 5 to 10 minutes, and you listen to them and you provide shout outs, and you do a bit of training, and you explain why the project does certain things, and you communicate a level of care and love for the workers, that will do more to build trust than almost any other single thing that you can do. Now, let me just do a quick off-script sidebar on this. Graffiti is not a normal or a natural phenomenon on a project site. It's not. It is an outgrowth of upset workers that do not trust you. If you have pee bottles inside walls and vandalism and stolen tools and graffiti in the restrooms, that is a consequence. That is a symptom of a project without trust. So if you want to get rid of those things, build trust, because they are not a naturally occurring phenomenon. They are a consequence or a symptom of upset workers. So number 4, engagements like barbecues or lunches or like holiday celebrations, like, hey, doing a Thanksgiving barbecue or stand down, or doing some little Christmas party with the workers where you maybe have prizes and competitions and a shout out, or some kind of celebration with the workers that can really build trust because they feel recognized, rewarded, and connected with and appreciated, and that will go a long ways towards building trust. Number 5, and do not overlook this, the condition of the site. Are the bathrooms clean? Are the entryways clean? Is the hoist and the staging areas, are they clean? If all of these areas are respectful and well cared for, especially the bathrooms and the lunch area, then that will build trust, meaning usually human beings are pretty reciprocal. If they come to a really great orientation, great parking area, great smoking area, great signage, great worker huddle, great visual communication, right? Wonderfully clean site, really nice bathrooms, a place to wash their hands, a place to go eat lunch, then workers will typically be like, well, darn, I really appreciate this, so I'm going to not only trust, but be reciprocal, and I am going to treat the project site well. So if you want to build trust, have great project conditions. Number 6, and this is one of my favorites, have the job site team see you improving the site, following your own rules, and picking up trash. So as I was building the laboratory, which is the example that I'm using, I remember a couple of times where I really built trust with the overall job site. Number 1, there was a placement that was getting into trouble, and just for a minute, I wasn't distracted in my role. Everything was going good, but the concrete crew needed a little bit of help with a footing that was starting to set up on them, and that was getting out of their control. So I stepped in safely with boots, gloves, face shield, the whole 9, and helped. People saw me and thought, wow, he's one of us. That literally permeated the rest of the project. Another time, I carved out some specific time and I had coverage from the assistant supers, and the electrician did not know how to place slurry for their own underground, so I volunteered to help them out. We formed a team. I ran point for the pump, helped them place the entire underground electrical installation, all of their prefab, and then slurry it all in, and did that for them as a favor, and that reputation followed me throughout the rest of the project. The other thing that people constantly got used to me doing is coming up and shaking their hand and saying hi to them, asking them how they're doing, and they saw me physically picking up trash and living by my own standards and my own values. So they thought, wow, this is a leader I can follow. This is a leader that's one of us. This is a leader who cares. That went a long way to building trust on the project site. And number 7, seeing their leader really care with small and simple things. So it's not big things typically that build the most trust. It's the microactions, right? It's doing the right thing. It's making that honorable mention. It's doing that shout out. It's coming up and thanking the crew. It's talking to the workers. It's saying thank you, right? It's going that extra mile to like bring chips and salsa to the lunch area, right? Doing small and simple things will really connect you to the people on site. The second thing that will really bring a project together if they trust the leader is if trades trust each other on the project, and that's specifically foreman to foreman. So let me give you 4 key things that you can do to build trust. Number 1, contractor grading. Now you might think, Jason, that's really silly, but when you actually grade each contractor and their performance and allow them, enable them, and actually expect them to keep a high score from a cleanliness standpoint, safety standpoint, being on time at meetings standpoint, organizing their materials, following the rules, having their 4-minute huddles on time, right? The grading criteria that will enable each of the trades to work well together in a stable site. Grading them and enforcing the rules will do a lot to build trust. And I'll tell you why. Because if you have A player, B player, B player, C, D, and F players, right? There's not going to be a lot of trust with your C, D, and F players that aren't following the rules, and the foreman will lose trust with you because you're not enforcing the rules. So one of the best things I've ever done is initiated a grading system where all of the contractors elevated their game, took care of each other, and ran a stable project site. In the description below, I'll link you to a blog post about contractor grading. Number 2, again, worker huddles. When you are communicating a message and you're shouting out teams and encouraging that teaming, it will build quite a bit of trust from crew to crew. Number 3, mutual accountability. When you all know the standards together, not only in the huddles, but the worker huddle and the standards on site, and you're enforcing them and scoring them with the grading criteria, you will start to see contractors trust each other and hold each other accountable. So when you get rid of the trade partner to general contractor to trade partner, middle person, and trades start holding themselves mutually accountable, that's when you know that foreman to foreman, crew to crew, the job site is starting to trust itself. Number 4, implementation of the last planner system, where you make commitments, right, and promises, and you actually hold each other accountable to that in an open, collaborative system, that will build so much trust that you will actually see the results of it on a day-by-day basis on site. The crews must trust their foreman. So it's not enough for everybody to trust the leader. It's not enough for crews to trust other crews, but the workers have got to trust their own foreman. Here are 3 ways that you can do that. Number 1, as a foreman, really dig into the crew preparation huddle. That's where you go with the workers and you do a bit of training. You do your stretch and flex, you 5S the area, you look for waste, you set your day up really well, and you receive input from the workers and make sure everybody's clear for the plan for the day, and you leave with the quality and safety expectations. If you want to build really great trust with your workers, a foreman will really leverage that crew preparation huddle. And in the description below, I'll link you to a blog post about that huddle. Number 2, check-ins throughout the day. If foremen really check in with their workers and ask, what do you need? How can I support? How can I help? That will build an insane amount of trust inside that crew. And number 3, having a consistent crew. I know that sounds funny, but once you have a foreman with good workers that are consistent, that really like being a part of that crew, the more we can keep that crew consistent, the better off you'll be, because you'll maintain trust for the long term. So as I close, I want to say there's 2 really key things that you can do. If you really want trust, you got to have that worker huddle. There is nothing like connecting as one entire social group. You can't be one team unless you meet as one team. And number 2, at every level, the worker level, foreman level, project team level, owner level, architect level, all of these levels ask, hey, what builds trust with you? And once you know, respond to it and go build that trust. Because the main thing that will make a team work well, the main support for a project, is a team that has trust. And I want that for you. And so as a free gift, I'm going to link you to a blog post that talks about specifically how you can build trust on your job site. I hope you use it, and I hope you get to a point where you just love the people you work with because you trust each other, you lean on each other, and you execute well as high performers. That's my hope for you. On we go.